Oh, I didn't even put deception.
Aloha, and welcome to today's episode of Mystimon Saga, The Hidden Archives. This is part 5 of The Haunting of Amety Island. I am sorry my players decided to play with dice. Even though that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing today. Oh, c'est la vie. So, I am going to start off first by letting you know I am getting over a bit of a cold, so that's why I may sound a little bit different. Also, the fan is on full blast because it is hot. Thank you, Meek. Anyways. First of all, welcome to today's episode. If you want to learn more about Mystimon Saga, you can find the link in the description below. And without any objection from the players here, when we last left our investigators, Tarek and Meek were investigating the house. They were trying to find anything they might explain what is going on here with these black-eyed children, or these shadows that this family were seeing. They know Moloch is not involved. Moloch is something different, something that's attached to them that decided it was very angry with them today. Whether or not Moloch is the one who started the hurricane that they're currently in the middle of, that's debatable. Moloch is powerful, don't know if he's that powerful. And Esther and Giovanna are on the mainland in Konaset with Kyrene. And they're investigating a series of fires that spread throughout the city of Konaset. Meek, I hate to inform you, you are part of the Hidden Archives. By definition, by job definition, you are a ghost hunter. Don't you have the ghost hunter archetype? He's supposed to have the ghost hunter archetype or the eldritch researcher archetype. One of the two. Anyways, last time, Esther and Giovanna, you were attacked by a Mystimon, a fire elemental Mystimon called Pyrex. It almost took you out. Let's just say, it almost took you out. That was a near party wipe there.
Those servers are pretty squishy, what can I say?
What can I say, especially when you haven't leveled your characters?
I have
Have you?
64 health. 64 health at level 8. That's a sorcerer for you.
Could have sworn it was at level 7 the last I looked.
Nope.
That's right. Our player characters leveled up a while ago. They just forgot to level them.
I did.
So
Most all of us are leveled. Yeah, some of us are still at 7, though, if I'm correct.
when we last left off, Tarek and Meek, you peeked under a bed, and you were kind of freaked out when you saw these big black eyes staring back at you. And then Meek was freaked out enough that he decided to pick up the mattress and throw it out the window and say, "You don't belong here anymore." And whatever this that was reacted when this shadow emerged from the floor and went straight up the wall up to the ceiling. And that is where we are picking up. You just had a freaky experience where this shadow just went right up the wall. And both of you make me stress saves.
Okay.
But before that, it's
And
hey, are
Tarek,
you making hand
I
shadows?
remind you, you do have 2 stress, so that adds to your DC.
Who's stressed?
Both of you roll stress saves, both Meek and Tarek.
Yep.
And Tarek, you succeed.
I succeed at being stressed.
And Meek, you save. So what do you do? Dare I ask?
I immediately asked Terry, "Are you making puppet shadow puppets?"
Nope, that wasn't me. Is it still there? I'm gonna follow it with my eyes.
It's gone. It went straight up the wall and it disappeared into the ceiling.
Okay. Look, I'm gonna get some light in this situation, and I'm moving for the stairs and to go upstairs. I know we're in a house that's slowly being wrecked by a hurricane, and there's a greater necro spirit around, but I gotta follow the lead. So I dash out. I am putting on my my fancy light show.
Mind you,
and
follow
I'm
the
going
lead, not
upstairs.
the lead.
Yes, very much.
Okay, so you take your flashlight and you go upstairs.
Oh no, I'm not taking my flashlight. I'm taking the big light show. I'm putting on the big fiery light that I've got.
Oh, well, you are a champion.
Yep. So I am putting on the big bright, red and gold light show that goes on around me when I need extra light, and I'm doing that one.
Alrighty. And Meek, what are you doing?
I'm gonna follow him. I ain't be here by myself.
Okay. You follow him, and Tarek, you're revealing something now, aren't you?
I am. Meek has not seen this. This is a special kind of light show that I'm using. Tarek is putting on a much larger bit of light behind him. It starts sort of about mid-back, goes almost the same equal distance above, and it looks honestly like a gigantic sort of huge ring of fire, and it's casting light in all directions. It's the space in between me and the ring of fire, though, is if you look at it too long, you see stuff that's not in the regular environment here. So it's Tarek doesn't have a lot of time to explain, but it is gold and red limbed, and it seems vaguely reminiscent of descriptions people have of things like the Phoenix, which is Tarek's sponsor.
So you get money each month from your sponsor, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. The Phoenix drops into my Patreon. And you can too. I'll put the link. I'll put the website in the link, and you can also sponsor Tarek. Yeah, all of our YouTube friends, I'll give you a way to sponsor a champion of your very own. If you want a champion of retribution or a champion of redemption, you can now invest on Patreon. I hear the Dark Champions use only fiends.
Okay. So, Mika, what do you make of this? Kind of freaked out?
Yeah.
He's freaked out. It looks like he gained 2 stress.
Wow.
The shadow going up the wall didn't freak him out, but the light show Tarek's putting off certainly did.
Tarek doesn't notice that, right?
Does he notice that, Meek?
Now I'm at a total of stress 3.
Oof.
And I don't remember where I get the first one from.
I don't know either, but it's there, so.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay, is that stress 3? What kind of what's the penalty?
So Meek, you jump when you see any kind of light.
Instead of shadow, I see it just depends on light now.
Yeah, it's light. You jump when you see any kind of light.
Damn, I'm frozen in fear there because it's daylight. Or lightning and all that stuff.
Yeah, you're jumping at the lightning. You're jumping at all kinds of things.
Jumping at the wave of candle lights.
Yeah, Tarek, you notice that Meek is looking a little jumpy.
Yeah, he's sweating bullets right now.
All right, as I'm dashing upstairs and I'm glancing back, I'm saying, "What's going on? Come on, we gotta pursue this thing." Also, in the light of the light that is sort of swirling behind Tarek, he looks, you can see, a little bit of like a different kind of wind than the hurricane wind coming through the house. Sort of making his hair wave, making his skin look kind of all extra shiny and all that. It's a supernatural effect.
So, meanwhile, Esther, what are you doing now other than licking your wounds after that encounter with that Pyrex that nearly burned you alive?
So, where am I at right now? Well, what's going on right now?
You're currently in Konaset, and you were looking over this burnt ruins of this warehouse when you were attacked by this Pyrex, and both you and Giovanna nearly burned alive.
Get up. Kind of wipe off a bit of soot around myself,
Yeah.
And I guess I'll see what I can do. Is there anyone near me? Like,
Yeah, Giovanna's near you, and Kyrene kind of saved the day. She she protected you from this creature with her psionic barrier, and it winded her. It took a lot out of her. You could tell it took a lot out of her. And she looks at you and looks over at Giovanna, and she says, "Are you all right?"
yeah, I'm doing good. You should probably visit a doctor, though. I'm fine, though. And Esther looks crispy.
Yeah. Kyrene says, "I could say the same about you."
Well, I'll be fine. Come on.
That was one powerful Mystimon, and probably more than you and Giovanna could handle alone.
Next time we see if we can bring an extinguisher, I guess.
Next time, let's bring Ira. Her ice magic could really help.
Oh, so. Or we just bring a lot of water. And I mean a lot of water. Unless... the monster's not made of oil, is it?
But... I'm not actually sure. Pyroxes are... There's not a lot known about Pyroxes.
Because if it is, then water's gonna make it worse.
It could.
Well, can knock it to try it, am I right?
But...
we're not... If we have to, of course.
But
I'm not...
on that note, she looks back at the ruins here. You know, oil may actually explain a lot of what you're seeing here.
Please elaborate.
She points to some of the burn marks that you were seeing on the walls and everything, and she says, these kinds of burn marks are indicative of some kind of fuel. And make me... let's see here. Make me... Make me a survival check.
I was about to say anything but survival. Oh my god. That's like, I was literally like a second away from saying it. That's one of my worst ones.
Well, you have a +9.
I'm trained improv.
So, and not terrible. And you could actually story point that.
But I won't. I'm gonna keep the story points for something else later.
So you don't know a whole lot, but you do think that some of these burn marks seem to have been caused by extremely high heat. The kind of heat that could only be created with some kind of fuel. There has to have been a fuel source, and you know that there is the basics of how a fire happens is fuel, oxygen, and spark.
Esther looks at the burn marks and is, yep, looks like they got burned.
Indeed.
I have a feeling that Giovanna would probably look at you. Yeah, I know the feeling.
I know.
And at that point, you hear a voice behind you. It says, I have always known that there was something fishy about these fires. And you look behind you, you see a big, tall man. He's big, tall, about 6 foot plus in that range. And he's strong, he looks buff. And he's got short black crop hair and green eyes. And he says, there was definitely something fishy about all those fires. And we've been suspicious of it ever since the accident. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have introduced myself. I am Derek Antonio. I am one of the firefighters of the Maji Guard.
Oh,
And he comes over and he leans down and he takes a closer look at these burn marks that you were examining. And he says, yeah, this is indicative of Konaset, a fuel, a type of fuel that actually make me a survival check. See what you know about Konaset.
no.
So, you know that Konaset is a type of fuel.
Isn't that the fuel thing? Whatchamacallit?
Yeah,
Is this something you use for lamps?
it's actually been used for rockets. It's a type of rocket fuel. That's what you know. It's a type of rocket fuel. Which means it's highly reactive. And highly combustible.
What uses rockets?
These types of rockets could be used in, say, firecrackers, fireworks. It could also be used in various other applications, including with airships, vimanas. And Derek says, this type of fuel is highly controlled by the Maji Guard.
When was this place burned down?
What was that?
Hello? Anybody there?
What was that?
When this place burned down?
When did this place burn down? This place burned down around a year ago.
Okay, I got a little bit of something. Maybe we check the records of this controlled substance, see what we ended up missing from the supplies.
That's what I was thinking. Derek gets up and he says, I will lead you to the Maji Guard headquarters here in Konaset, where you can look into those records. And so we will, so Esther and Giovanna are going to follow, with Kyrain, you are going to follow Derek to the Maji Guard headquarters to look into these records about this Karenite. And meanwhile, Tarek and Meek. Meek's pretty freaked out by Tarek's light show.
Yep.
Can you turn that off? It's freaking the bee that fell out.
So you get upstairs. Meek's well, Meek has his ears flipped back, and his eyes are bigger than usual, and every fur on his body are standing on end.
And he's asking, please turn that light off.
Yeah, I did. I actually, Tarek takes a moment and the light just sort of fades out again. And all the fake wind, the shiny skin, all that goes back to normal.
Yeah, he's like calms down a little bit, but not much, but
Like a second is all it took.
but it's freaking judging his eyes left to right real quick.
How dark is it up here?
How dark is it up here?
Yeah.
It's not too dark. There is a little bit of light coming through the windows up here.
Okay, I do have low light vision, so we should be okay then.
Yeah.
Just figured the extra light would be useful. We've got to look. Where did it go?
And you come upon what looks like the master bedroom. And as you're looking around this master bedroom, you see this big queen-size bed and a massive wardrobe. You see this these shelves with all kinds of books, all kinds of kind of romance stories and stuff like that. The kinds of books that you think women may be into. And on the top shelf, actually make me a perception check. Both Meek and Tarek. So Tarek rolls 27. Meek is still a little freaked out. So Tarek, you see up on the top shelf.
A mythos tome.
No.
No.
You actually wish it was a mythos tome. But it's something else entirely.
Oh no.
And
it's
this
not 50 Shades of Grey.
No.
Thank you.
It's a vase or an urn, and you pick it up, and you kind of shake it, and you can hear what sounds like ash or sand in there. You think this is the ashes of the father.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna
make me
reverently hold on to this.
Make me an occultism check. $23.
She's not bad for untrained.
Yeah, it's not bad. Oh,
Nice.
but Meek,
Nice.
So first, Tarek, you recognize that some energies could be attached to these ashes, but Meek, you suddenly burst out and you say, "Oh shit, that could be the key to everything."
No, this is an urn. It's not a key.
Because Meek, you know that ashes like this could definitely carry a very powerful energy with it. And
I'm gonna hand over the ashes to Meek.
And Meek, you're kind of a little freaked out about even touching these ashes because of the significance of this. You're thinking it is quite possible that the negative energies in this house are here because of these ashes.
I'm also gonna peek under the bed.
Yeah, but look at it. Is it possible you can, what's that word? Consecrate or cleanse stash so I have no relevance anymore?
It's possible he can consecrate it, but that with an energy this powerful, it would possibly only be putting a band-aid on the situation. What really needs to happen, and it make you know this very well. What really needs to happen is these ashes need to be spread out in a place of positive energy, such as in the wilderness or over the ocean or something like that.
Or in a hurricane.
Not in a hurricane.
That's not a positive energy place.
Yeah.
So you need me to hold this after all?
So Tarek, you could consecrate it. You could purify it, but that would only be putting a band-aid in the situation and
temporary, right?
Yeah, it's temporary. You think you would really have to speak with the mother about this and convince her that it is best to take these ashes to a place of very positive energy.
You telling me this is a trauma-related situation?
Yes. The negative energy of the trauma that happened to this man, you think that could have an impact on what brought this negative spirit into this home.
Yeah, burning alive is one of those painful ways to go. Giovanna should know. Out of character.
Well, if you want me to take those back, I will. Yeah, we got to get her out of here, though, and I'm sure that Moloch will want to follow. All right, so I'm tying a rope around myself, and I'm handing the rope to Meek and saying, tie this as tight as you can.
Okay, not too tight. I like you're okay about kidneys.
Yep, and then I'm going to take the ashes, and as we're making our way out, I guess I'm going to try and exit the building and then try and do what I can to temporarily suppress this situation.
Yeah, a blessing of some kind. And Tarek, you can make me a religion check for that.
Okay.
$24. So you speak your words. You speak of the powerful phoenix and of rebirth, and speak of allowing the spirit of this man to be reborn into the next world.
Yep. The process needs to be followed. It needs to travel through its natural course rather than trapped here. And that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, Meek is intimidated by the big light issue, so I'm not going to do that again for now. But I will. I'm actually gonna. I'm still wounded, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
So I'm gonna take a little of my blood and dab it around.
All right.
Which is gonna seem kind of crude and disturbing too, but there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, because your blood is blessed.
Exactly.
So, we're going to go back to Esther and Giovanna on the mainland. And you are with Kyrene, and you've followed Derek Antonio to the Maji Guard keep here in Konaset. And make me... Let's see, just make me perception checks, both Giovanna and Esther. Giovanna, you have a aha moment as you find in the records exactly on the dates that Derek Antonio gives you for each of the fires that happened. You find on each of those dates, or connected to each of those dates, purchases of Karenite. And
No, Giovanna, she probably grabbed the record. Hey, look, what I found.
And the person responsible looks like it looks like it's the campaign manager for someone who was running for mayor.
Politics. I hate politics. I don't need politicians anymore.
Yeah. It comes down to politics here. And I don't have to. I don't think I have to really go into what the politics of this particular person was. This Marjorie person who was running for mayor. It was trying to make the king out to look like a terrible person.
Is this person in office right now?
No, not currently. She is currently running for mayor, and she's been running for mayor for the past year. The election hasn't occurred yet.
Well, here's the evidence that will kick her from the voters.
Yeah.
Don't need people like this.
Time to eject her from the ballot.
Yeah. Don't need people to try to run for office. Hell with these people.
Yeah. So, and it turns out this Marjorie person is actually she actually works with the Maji Guard, and that explains her access and how she was able to obtain this Karenite.
Well, we got enough evidence right here. Definition.
Yep.
Well, we need other evidence to block or tie from the Maji Guard as well.
So you you have that all situated and settled. Back with Tarek and Meek.
Yeah, I think that's Giovanna's goal. Destroy politicians.
Yeah, well, Giovanna is out to create chaos, so whether or not that's a good thing, that's another matter. Back with Tarek and Meek. So, sometime later, the mother and the children return. The mother and the girls return. And she asks you, so, what have you found? Have you found anything?
Actually, it'd probably be good to have a moment to talk with my colleague and I, and we need to talk to you about a decision that you need to make.
Okay.
And Tarek looks to Meek and says, "You may want to explain this."
Okay. Found the thing with ashes. Ashes tends to have negative things tied to it. So we need to spread the ashes on a positive location. So I can do away from what's going on in his house. That's being vague, but
Is there a place that your husband would consider particularly special, precious?
And she says, well, yes, actually. Give me a moment to load up our map here.
Sure. Yeah, I won't stop her from loading her map. You know, I give her some time to pull open her Comstone and load up her maps.
So, she says that on the mainland, the father, his name was Anthony. His name was Anthony. He would take the girls fishing in a place on the peninsula of the mainland called the Keys. And if you look on the map of Atlantia here, I'll link it in the Discord. If you look on the map of Atlantia there, to the west of Konaset, you see this this bay area here. That area is where he used to take the girls fishing all the time. It's a great fishing location. It's a great fishing, great wilderness, and it's a place of very. It was a place very special to him because he spent so much time with the girls there. He enjoyed his time with the girls there. Very much so.
I have a feeling that it's probably best for the girls to do the thing, spread the ashes and all that.
Yeah, I don't mind being there though as a spiritual person in that role. I would also say that if you have anything that you want to put into writing, any like feelings, thoughts, anything that's been sitting in your heart, sometimes these situations, especially paranormal situations like this, they come out of strong emotion. And knowing that the loved one is important and that it's okay for them to be where they are now can be very helpful for the family, but also for the loved one as well.
Yes.
Oh, remember, this is our character. Some cultures like write a letter, then burn it, make that ash of the note, mix it up with the ash of the person, see if they
Yeah.
get the message.
Yeah. That's very thoughtful. Yes, actually, some people in some cultures, some people will take these notes and burn them, and the smoke is what carries the message to the loved one. That's often done actually in hillbilly, those types of places down the south and such, over in the Appalachian Mountains and such. They do that all the time.
It's actually not uncommon
Yeah.
in a couple of other cultures too.
Yeah.
And it would probably be very appropriate for a worshiper of the phoenix
Yes,
to
of course.
do that as well.
Yeah. That is definitely a good point.
And as they're sort of working through that process, I'm holding on to the urn, and I'll also talk with her about how this is actually kind of a beautiful thing, and the process doesn't finish just because of a change of state, but that there is a continuum, and
Yeah.
just a little bit of Tarek's theology of the phoenix and
Yeah.
the rebirth cycle.
Yeah. You explained to her that the negative energy is really the trauma of what happened to him. He is still there. His energy is there, but it's being smothered by this negative energy, that trauma. Because that trauma was so great. The trauma of burning alive and all of that was so great. And yeah, so Tarek and Meek, you return to the mainland when the coast is clear. You return to the mainland with this family. You join back up with Esther and Giovanna, and you meet up with Kyrene. And Tarek, what do you say to Kyrene when you meet up with her?
I'm sorry that we called you so far out here, but I hear it was incredibly beneficial for our compatriots when you were doing the investigation, that you basically saved their lives. So I appreciate that a great deal. We had a very strange encounter with the spirit that's haunting us, the necro spirit, and I'm choosing not to use the name at the moment. I had memories of you when you were young, and uncanny. I don't know why, and I don't know why that should be a factor here, but clearly you're one of the focuses for that spirit, and I don't know how that's connected to what you're doing, but it's gravely concerning.
There was a time when I was only a teenager. I believe I was 15 or 16. There was a time when I started seeing these figures, these shadows. You remember that I am a telepath. I can see spirits. I can speak with spirits. And I was seeing things that as a child I didn't fully understand. And it terrified me. And it was a very dark time in my life. And I slowly but surely over time came to learn that what I was seeing were necrospirits. They were demons, for lack of a better term. And they were coming to me because of my gift, because of my ability. They were gravitating to me.
This is a very powerful spirit to have attached to you. And it seems attached to us too, and I don't know how to fix that. But the fact that it's still fixated on you, I don't know what we need to do, but that's very concerning.
It is. I'm going to look into a few things. You may not hear from me for a little while. When I look into things, I tend to disappear. I'm sure you've heard that from Crystal. But
her perspective on you may not always be as objective.
And that's fine. She was remarkable as a young lady, and I am proud to have been a part of her life. I think she knows and realizes that my time on this world is coming to an end very shortly. And it may be sooner than any of us realizes.
You think this spirit has something to do with that?
It's possible.
I'm stepping out of character for a moment and asking the GM a question here.
Sure.
Is this spirit one of the things I've been hunting for?
Is this spirit one of the things you've been hunting for?
Yeah.
You're beginning to get the sense that it could be.
If I make a big enough nuisance of myself, if I use its name, if I use a lot more of the things that I know are going to drive it kind of nuts, is there any way that I could lead it away from them, or is it still attached to them regardless?
She closes her eyes for a moment and says, I get the sense that it's attached to all of you.
So far.
It's attached to all of you and none of you at the same time, if that makes any sense.
Is there any way I could get it to just focus on one of us? On me?
I'm not sure. But I am willing to help you with that.
It might help you as well.
Maybe. Or it may kill me. Either way is fine.
I'm not open to that one as much.
I'm sure they're pretty nice once you get to know them.
People, each in their own time, of course. And Tarek looks at Esther and looks at Esther with a look that says that that there is some tension there. Not any tension that Esther is aware of. But Tarek has always shown himself to be something of a religious warrior anyway.
Yeah.
But your presence in specific makes Tarek antsy.
Mm-hmm. Esther just, tilts her head. Somewhat confused. And shrugs. Well, you said you could see spirits, right?
Yes.
Oh, and I learned that a week ago, and I thought I was I was the only one, but that's kind of awkward.
So I take it you can as well.
As of recent, at least. Spirit Sense is a level 8 sorcerer feat that I grabbed.
So, you all go to this estuary to the west of Konaset with this family, and there is a beautiful ceremony as this family spreads Anthony's ashes out across this bay. And she speaks of how much she loved him, and how great of a father he was, how great of a husband he was. And in that moment, you could feel a lightness come over this family.
Weight off the shoulders.
Yeah. And about a week later, you return to Konaset. You return to Amety Island. You return to the house, and
They're doing repairs.
yeah, the firefighters are back and doing repairs and everything. And you could feel that the air in the house is light. In fact, when you enter the house, before it was almost like it was dark and dingy, but when you enter the house, suddenly it feels like the sun is coming through the windows in full force, and it is so much lighter.
And makes disintegrates from the heat of the sun.
It's so much lighter in this house than it ever was before. And the mother, she actually invites you to stay on the island for a little while and enjoy Amety Island's beaches.
Hey Terry, don't forget to sweep of it, Meek. Just joking.
No, I'll keep it simple.
Kyrene bids farewell as she returns to the mainland, and she heads out to do some checking into what she discussed with Tarek. And she says, enjoy your vacation here on Amety Island. Have a nice summer vacation here. We've got about an hour and a half left in this session, and the haunting of Amety Island is over.
Now we can figure out what's going on with the Shiroshi.
Now you can enjoy your summer vacation.
Oh.
So.
And also get some burn medication.
So you might want to get some sunscreen and get some swimming suits and check out the beaches on this beautiful island.
Excellent. Tarek brought a swimsuit.
Tarek brought a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Did Meek bring a swimsuit?
At least it's not Giovanna's soup.
Did Giovanna bring a swimsuit? Hope she doesn't rust.
It's a big old giant cork, so she won't sink.
Quick question. Esther raises his hand. Her hand.
Sure.
What's a swimsuit? Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's something you swim in.
Yep. Tarek has a pair of trunks that are of Quatric make, so they're a little longer, kind of a fancy colored pattern kind of affair here. And these are swim trunks. And together, these and I and that beach, we will make a destiny.
I can't see why I can't just go clothed.
Your choice. But not everyone's ready for that.
Yeah, Giovanna's ideal of a swimming trunk is literally a freaking chest. Make sure there's nothing in there. So here you go, swimming out there with an empty chest. That's a swimming trunk. Hey, it works. Keeps her afloat.
Keeps her afloat. So, you head out to the beaches. You head out to the beach. Please, take it away. What do you do?
I'm going to ladder myself and actually, wait a minute. I don't need it because I'm covered in fur.
Yes, you are.
Just bask in the sun a little bit, but make sure I have an umbrella so I don't want to feel like cooking.
Yep, you have an umbrella. Tarek.
I don't know.
Tarek, what are you doing?
Tarek spent the previous number of years out in the island, so again, is very familiar with beach culture. Amety Island is a little different. The sand's not quite the same. The suit fits well. Tarek doesn't feel the need for the fancy vestments or robes, but the funny thing is, rather than burning as the day goes on, he just gets more and more kind of bronzed. So almost to a bright kind of sheen as the sun sort of beats down and turns him back to a color that he was very familiar with when he was on the islands. Doesn't take a lot of time.
Tarek seems like the kind of guy who might go surfing.
Oh, he would go surfing. He would play volleyball. You name it. He'd socialize, and this is entirely the kind of place where he will socialize if there are people out there doing things.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of people out here enjoying the beach.
And he's not going to talk shop. He's not going to talk about hunting ghosts or being a barrister or a religion.
Yeah.
This is all about just being people.
Yeah. And Esther, what are you doing?
You're experimenting with social norms.
Yes, and doing unhinged things like going swimming fully clothed, like with a dress or something.
Yeah, you see some people looking at you a little weird.
And she does not pay a single bother about it.
She does not care. Yeah, the weather is clear and sunny. It is a great time to be here on the beach. And as time goes on, Tarek, you make a load of friends.
Yep, that's the point.
Yeah, you've gone surfing. You've gone water skiing.
Esther also dares someone that that she can stay a full minute underwater and almost drown.
Oof. So no, yeah, he's it's not like Tarek is carousing to sort of like find relationships as much as just to enjoy people and being around
Yeah.
people and people being
Yeah.
alive. That's a thing that Tarek likes, is living people is really cool for him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, most people think living people are cool, but that's a real treasure.
Unless you're a necromancer.
Yeah, that's true, and obviously I've proven I'm not a necromancer today.
Yeah, over the past couple of weeks, you have definitely proven you are not a necromancer.
No, but at some point I'm going to circle back and check in on Meek and see if Meek is okay.
See if I'm not a lobster. Okay.
Yeah, but take a moment at some point and just say, like, you understand that I wasn't trying to be frightening. I just felt I needed some more. I needed to shed light on the situation. I needed some more protection just in case. The light show is sometimes a little over the top.
I believe I was
Times
extremely stressed out at the time.
a little
So,
over the top.
Yeah, well, it's not a. I've only used it a few times, and I don't. Not everyone reacts well, and I didn't mean to put you in a situation of awkwardness.
I was always stressed out. So, almost anything freaks me out.
Okay, but I guess all I should say is it doesn't mean that anything else has to be a problem. It's just something different. This whole adventure especially, I think, sort of showed that differences are relative, I suppose.
So, all of you can make a will save to resolve. You can make one will save to resolve, spending 1 hour. Tarek loses 2 stress.
There's all the stress.
He loses 2. Meek
Nice.
loses 1 stress.
Giovanna's stressless.
Yeah, I don't think Giovanna has any stress.
Giovanna's capable of stress.
Yes, she is. And
But she does have sanity, though.
And Tarek, as you get done talking with Meek, make me a perception check.
Okay. Both of us?
Yeah, sure. Oh, Tarek definitely sees this. Tarek and Meek, you see this large form. It kind of looks like the size of a man or something. It is. It seems to rise up out of the sand, and shakes off the sand a bit, and it's a large crab of some kind, and it scuttles sideways into the ocean. And you can make me a nature check.
Wow.
Meek, you think that was a crabula?
Crab legs, anyone? Crabula? Is that a giant crab or a small crab?
It's a giant crab.
But it's not a mega crabula.
How big is a crabella?
Big as a person.
Yeah, not as tall as a person, but it looked like it was kind of like the size of a person lying down. So, a pretty large creature.
Anyone feel like having crab legs tonight?
If you can catch it, it's already scuttled into the ocean.
Too late now. I'm just looking at the sand to see if I see eye stalks. Do I see any eye stalks?
Perception check.
Probably not.
Nope.
If I did, I'd probably just go right towards it and grab the eye stalk and say, hey, here we go, crab legs tonight. If it don't piss my head off first.
Are those things edible?
Yeah, actually. You've heard of people cooking up, catching and cooking up crabula. They do it all the time in the islands.
So it's a common dish here.
Yeah, it's a common dish all over the world. And Meek, part of your nature check, you do know that you do know that crabula does evo. It does get bigger and does evo. Its evo form is known as Crabix.
Short, the crabby for short.
Crabix, and it's you also know that its later form is known as Giga Crabix. And it's actually, this is a misnomer. You may have thought that it's a watercolor creature. It's not. It's an element. It's electrical. It's got lightning powers.
Ooh. This could be a little shocking if you try to tag it.
Very.
Yeah, Giovanna will get charged out of this.
So that was just an interesting little encounter. Seeing a crabula here on the beach.
Yeah, I missed out for tonight's feast.
Yeah, it would have been a big feast. Would have been a big feast.
Oh well.
Could feed a lot of people easily.
Yeah, we can go to the fisherman and get a crab so I can feed the crew.
Yeah.
But you can't get no fresher than a one that just scuttled off in the sea.
No, you can't. No, you can't. And you know what? Let's heal up all these wounds here. It's been plenty of time.
Excellent. 19 hit points back.
So,
over 100 on hit points for Meek.
So some time passes by. You were having a great time on the beach. Tarek's done a lot of surfing. He's been playing some volleyball. Esther is doing God's know what. What is Esther doing?
Probably getting in trouble.
Probably getting in trouble. So Esther's getting in trouble. Tarek's getting an earful about it because she's his co-worker, so it's kind of his responsibility. But today nobody's on the job, so It's not like her behavior is going to look badly on the hidden archives. Hell, the hidden archives is supposed to be hidden. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
The secret. We can do silly things at the beach and no one will ever know.
Yeah, me, why did you hear all this? Well, I'm off duty. I'm not her keeper.
Nope.
Were you ever a keeper?
Actually, think about it. No, nobody's. I'm no one's keeper.
Esther's going to be right back again. So, late into the night, are you still on the beach coming to the night with the sky getting dark? There's still some torch lights up all over the place across this beach.
I hear there's
the party's still going on well into the night.
I hear a festival going on. They're roasting a pig in the sand.
Yeah, there's a festival going on there. Tarek, are you taking part in this festival?
I'm going to keep around the edges of it and chatting with people and just being friendly. Keeping my eyes open just because there's always something like this goes on, and sometimes in the best of times, that's when stuff sneaks up on you. So being friendly, being chatty, but keeping an eye at the edges of the experience, just to be sure. Like, the Crabula was okay, but it made me think of other figures that can sometimes be hidden.
Yeah. And...
Yeah. Me gets down around in sweat trunks. He got a little tube around his waist. His goggles on top of his head. He got flippers. He's walking around with.
Yeah, and you see plenty of people still out swimming, and you notice one guy swimming out quite a bit further off to the west. You see him kind of swimming out there, doing some diving down there, over there, and you think nothing of it at first, and then suddenly as you turn around, you're talking with people, socializing with people, and then suddenly you hear behind you these people screaming, "Ah!"
What?
And you turn around, and just glistening off in the distance over there, over where that guy was diving and stuff, you see glistening in the water there from the light of the torch lights here. You see what looks like a red cloud in the water.
I'm running.
Good.
I'm running.
And Tarek is running after it. He's like the lifeguard. He's running after it.
Doing the whole Baywatch thing, yeah.
Doing the whole Baywatch thing.
Yeah, me's running kind of clumsily. Okay, you got flippers on.
And is Esther running after it? Esther, you see off in the distance, off to the west, where this guy was diving on his own. You see this cloud of red in the water.
I'd take the boat instead.
Esther's walking.
So, Tarek, you run after it. You're doing the whole Baywatch thing. You are running after it like a lifeguard, and you dive into the water, and you grab onto what you could see. You could see this wailing arms of this man, and you pull him by the arms. And make me an athletics check.
Yeah, Me's coming along behind you with a boat. Because thinking, what the hell are you doing?
Okay, athletics. No.
Make yes, spend the story point. Oh yes, much better, much better. You don't want to one on the die here.
No. No, then I end up with a quarter of the man.
You swim backwards and you pull this guy with you, and you get up onto the beach and you look back and you suddenly realize you only got the top half of this man. His legs are gone, and you look at the bottom portion where it looks like something ripped through this man, and you see the make me a medicine check.
Okay, viscera and everything, right? Did it go straight through the torso, or is it the upper legs?
It went straight through the torso.
Nothing a little lay on hands can't fix. It's fine.
Yeah, I got a little lay on hands, but I don't know that this is enough.
So,
He needs legs before it work.
Tarek,
Yeah.
you look closely at where this guy was like ripped in half, and you see what looks like bite marks, like something bit this man in half.
The crabula. No. The Shiroshi were always a red herring. Okay. Is he still alive?
No. He is definitely
There's
dead.
no lay on hands that can help this man.
Yeah, he is dead.
Well, I should have laid on hands the moment I touched him.
Yeah, and within moments,
With
within moments, a crowd of people is forming around you.
So we got to back off here, folks, and nobody should be going in the water, especially not this time of night. Clearly, it's not safe. Somebody get the Maji Guard.
You might want to try to get. You might want to try to get the other people out of the water.
All right.
Esther fires a warning shot, like, just, right, everyone, out.
Get out of the water! Get out of the water!
What? I can't hear. My ears ringing.
And make a nature check here, and I guess you're trying to identify what could have done this.
Yeah, I'm trying to define what the bites are.
You are absolutely certain this was a Shiroshi.
Because the way it was shredded.
Yeah. The way it was shredded, you're certain this was a Shiroshi.
Great.
And you know that a Shiroshi is basically a great white shark. And the size of these bite marks, from the size of these bite marks, you would estimate that the size of this creature is somewhere around 25 to 30 feet long. It is a big animal.
What's more aggressive than a great white? I think a mako and a bull shark are more aggressive.
I would say that when Meek came out, Meek had gotten like a canoe or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the canoe out there just in case.
We're definitely going to need a bigger boat. Sorry.
We don't.
No, it's the obligatory quotes from Jaws. The obligatory Jaws quotes. We're gonna need a bigger boat. And if for that, Tarek, you can have a story point.
Yay.
I kind of knew that's going to happen. I was like, you ass.
Yeah, sorry. I was leading in. I was trying to project that one.
Well, at least when I got to the point where I said, you smile, son of a bitch.
You opened the door, Meek.
Yeah, might as well. Keep it going. Now we need to find a scientist, put it in a cage, and get waves laughing in.
Get the guy scratching on chalkboard.
Oh, wait a minute. Who's gonna be the shark bait? Oh, crap.
Well, you were a mouse.
I don't want to... Oi!
So, we have a major Shiroshi attack here. And you are frantically trying to get people out of the water. Word gets around that there was a Shiroshi attack. You see people screaming as they charge out of the water. And make me a perception check, Tarek.
Okay.
I can't make it a perception check. I'm too short.
23. You see in the distance this. In this light, it was just the torch lights along the beach here. You know, it's dark. The stars are out. The moons are out. So you've got the light from the moons here. In this light, you can see what looks like a black dorsal fin, like skirting along the top of the water, going straight towards this crowd of people that is screaming and charging out of the water.
I will have Giovanna run out there. Okay? She's not edible.
Or is she?
Oh wait, sharks they're indiscriminate on it, whatever to eat.
Yeah, they are. Especially tiger sharks. Tiger sharks are like the they'll eat literally anything. They'll eat freaking license plates. But this isn't a tiger shark, it's a Shiroshi, it's a great white.
Maybe he wants some iron in his tire. Piece of copper, some zinc.
Maybe.
So we got to keep people away from this. We got to post like a warning, and then we need to find somebody who understands these kinds of creatures and why they do this.
Yeah, you get. Giovanna is running out there to try to head off this Shiroshi as it is zooming straight towards this crowd of people. A lot of these people, about 10 of these people, still haven't fully gotten out of the water. You see some people. You see a few people who haven't even apparently gotten the memo that there's a Shiroshi coming after them.
Yeah, she's running. She said, "You idiot! Get out of the water! Shark! Shiroshi, whatever you call it."
Yeah, I'm going to be bellowing and directing people to get out of the water.
Big fish with teeth.
And you see these people look in the direction where you're pointing, and a couple of people are totally oblivious to your shouting, like they don't even hear you.
Yeah, while Giovanna's running out there, she pulls out a bullhorn out of her chest and, "Hey! Get out of the water!"
Or she'll give you soup.
And then she realizes she's sinking. Oh, crap.
Yeah, suddenly, as you're swimming out there, suddenly one of these people who seems oblivious to you just suddenly jerks down below the water.
Since Giovanna went below the water, does you see the person get snagged down by the fish?
Yeah, you see this person getting snagged down, and this Shiroshi is going after them. This is a woman. She is getting torn to pieces.
Well, the deep blue.
Get out of the water now! Running.
Yeah.
Trying to get every single person on, standing in the surf at about, even up to, he's 20 foot long.
Yeah, you
I can
have
stand up to 3 or 4 feet.
You have an ability for this kind of situation, don't you?
Yeah, I have an aura of courage. I've got a battle cry. I can do, I am trying to get people out using no cause for alarm. Like, all these things are supposed to be about reducing panic and getting people to do what they need to do.
Yes, absolutely.
So, all of this is just to get people out and get people moving to the beach. As much as, you want to point out and say there's stuff out there, really the point is to point to the beach and say, get out on the beach. So, waving hands, doing all the things that are possible. So on the beach, it shouldn't actually be too crazy because of no cause for alarm and aura of courage. But I'm trying to get people out of the area where the Shiroshi are swarming.
Right.
What drives away creatures like this? Especially now that there's blood in the water. I think we need a cow and a catapult.
Does Mythos goes under intelligence?
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Tarek, do you have to roll a skill check or anything for that ability of yours?
Aura of Courage is just, it just calms people down. No cause for alarm. I can attempt to reduce panic by doing a diplomacy check.
Sure, go for that.
Alright, one thing,
Sure, Esther.
I'll cast Fly on myself.
Fly?
And I'll,
Giovanna, can I sink on herself?
just wait for a second. Can I describe first?
Yeah,
Sure.
please.
So, I'll cast Fly on myself, and I'll go, quite a bit into the air to the point where what I'm about to do gets kind of in range of everyone. At least make it so that everyone can see me, at least from right there. And I'm gonna cast a bullhorn and say, "Everybody, get the fuck out of here!"
Yeah, you.
Giovanna's trying to take that, but she ain't sinking.
Yeah, I hope you're sufficiently high up, because
Oh, I'm pretty high up.
You do know Shiroshi can jump out of the water.
Oh, don't worry, I'm pretty high up. That's the reason I cast Fly instead of just swimming in the middle.
So, yeah, with Esther's efforts there and Tarek's efforts, you managed to get a significant portion of the people out of the water. All the people that were out of the water, except for that second woman who's sadly been killed.
Yeah, Giovanna saw it firsthand on the water. She saw that one got shredded. It's like, oh, well. That's what we get for not listening. If I remember correctly, that's how Giovanna thinks sometimes.
So, the next day, the Maji Guard have come to the beach. The beach has been cornered off. You see, the Maji Guard has put up this tape around the beach and has put up signs saying no swimming. And so you see the sheriff here. The sheriff has put up these signs saying no swimming, and the sheriff comes over to you shortly after, and asks you what happened. What did you see?
I see a woman got shredded in meat chunks. That's what Giovanna says.
Yeah, no, no, we were here and we saw the Shiroshi were they went after a number of people. It was just as if they thought this was their buffet. It was gruesome, and 2 individuals didn't make it.
And so the sheriff is taking down your report, and he says, yeah, unfortunately I've been here for the last couple of attacks. This is just awful.
Does it seem to happen on? It was at night most of these times, or was it during the day?
We've had some of these happen during the day. Yeah.
So it's not like a time period related thing. It doesn't seem to be related to any kind of like special events around here. This seems so strange, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen everywhere.
A few years ago, there was a group of kids who went boating out. They went boating out there, and they got attacked by this Shiroshi, and unfortunately, a few of them didn't make it. And
they're huge too. What is the regular size for the Shiroshi in this area?
About 25 feet is what I've typically seen.
Is that typical? I'm asking the GM here. Is that typical in most locations, or is that
yeah, that
here?
is typical of Shiroshi in general.
But what drives them to do this, especially in these moments, like to come this close in without any kind of what's driving them out of the deep water? You know, why aren't they hunting for their normal prey?
Yeah, I've had I've had a marine scientist come out here, and he's really been looking into a lot of that, and currently he's away on some expedition far away here, from here, but he was as baffled as I am. I think at the time we were mainly focused on how do we get rid of this thing, and we killed the last couple of Shiroshi that did this.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to fix the situation, though. Unfortunately, I actually end up taking out my stuff, and I'm writing down the name of the Shiroshi scientist here. Anne Marie. Okay.
Do you happen to blow up one of them or 2 of them?
Blow up Shiroshi? Like?
Well, I blew up the first one. The second one, he was burnt to a crisp.
The Shiroshi were burnt to a crisp?
Yeah, the second Shiroshi was burnt to a crisp. The first one I blew up.
Tarek's a little confused for a second.
The last 2 Shiroshi that he killed, that the sheriff killed.
Oh, you used explosives or something.
Yeah.
You're not just like describing cuisine and I got confused there.
No.
You were showing off how they were off in the Jaw series.
Yeah, I was suddenly thinking, like, is this like one of those games where they eat us, we eat them, and see if that sends them away?
First one went boom. Second one got electrified.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't remember how the third one went.
The third one was blown to smithereens. A grenade.
Wow.
And the fourth one was also blown up.
I thought it was impaled.
Yeah, it was actually. It wasn't impaled. Yep.
We haven't got to 3 and 4 yet. So the first two already got. There's one got blown up. The other one got fried. So fourth one, I think we know what's going to happen to the third one and the fourth one.
So at this point, you see a guy in a suit come down the beach towards you and the sheriff, and he looks irate. He looks really irate. He's like, during a festival, no less, you decide to go and close the beaches again.
Don't tell me that's the mirror.
And the sheriff says, guys, this is the mayor of Amety Island.
Esther puts a hand on her hip and points towards the location and is, well, if you want to go there and take a dive, be our guest.
No, I mean, there's one thing about wanting good tourism, but an open buffet, I mean, good for people, not so much for sharks. No,
You're
seriously.
going to make the festival somewhere else.
Yeah, Tarek moves toward the mayor and says, look, the sheriff is doing what he can to preserve the population here. 2 people died, and more will if we don't keep people out of the water until this situation subsides. That doesn't look good for tourism.
That's your opinion.
Well, I mean, if you're looking to sort of make it into a feature, like, hey, come to Amety Island and die in a Shiroshi attack, that might be another way to do things.
I was
And
about
you
to say,
survive our dangerous beaches could be a way to get people to come. The daredevil folk, but hopefully we're not going to do that. Only 2 lost this week. We're fine.
And the mayor says, that's the point. Only 2 died.
Yeah.
Do we really have to close the beach over 2 people?
Well, let me turn that question around. How many families need to lose people before it's worth closing the beach? How many voters do you want to see lose people before they decide maybe there needs to be new leadership?
Make me a diplomacy check.
No.
Or let's say it like this. You and I, imagine we're friends, and one day I want to head to a beach, and I tell you, hey, let's go to the beach where 2 people died yesterday.
Yeah, no. The sheriff is doing his job. And if you want this situation resolved, then we need to find out what's driving the Shiroshi to come after the beach rather than going where they would normally go.
Look, I can find another place that people can make a festival in. It's whatever, It doesn't need to be the one where people die, but that's just bad for everyone. It's bad for your reputation. It's bad for I guess it can also be bad for the people that died. Whatever, but plus might get some people to be interested in other things than just the beach. Who knows? Might get people buying stuff.
And the mayor goes on. He says, and on the eve of the opening of the new Sea Kingdom water park, and
Water park?
Yep.
yep,
Is it a coastal water park, I assume?
yeah.
So, what I hear is you'd be willing to sponsor timely investigation to figure out a way to get these Shiroshi to go back to their habitat, their natural habitat, not your beaches.
Make me a diplomacy check, Tarek.
We'll see how well this works.
We will see.
Ooh.
The bear sighs. And he says, if you're offering to do this investigation, just keep it under wraps, and the sheriff goes with you.
And make sure the beaches are closed for swimmers for a while till we do find out.
The beaches are not closed.
Well, swimming's off limits. How's that?
Oh, like a good compromise.
It's
You know,
the
they do
beach.
that every
You
time in-
swim on the beach.
You know, where
You know-
I come from, they do that every time in the beaches. I'm just gonna straight up roll deception on this. No, where I come from, we have beaches where the waters are kind of dangerous, and because of it, the sand is like normally where people are only allowed to stay, but because of it, everyone got a bit more familiar with each other because they started talking, you know, while they're in the sun, and in the end, even though it was a pretty small village, everyone managed to be happy and find other joys. Yeah, I don't even need to ask me for that.
That's a nice deception check.
Yeah.
Damn.
You lied so well that Tarek even believed you. Versus Tarek's perception. Will DC actually, I think?
I think so. It'd be 22.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Even you believed her.
And if the guy doesn't believe me, I have Confabulator. I can pile a lie upon lie upon lie, baby. And only get a minus -1 penalty for every time I do it.
You know what? I would like to see you try. I would like to see you do that. Go ahead.
All right.
I would love to see this. You could have a story point for it too. Yeah, continue on.
Might as well use it. Might as well use it.
Yeah.
As long as I keep one. See, that's a better result.
Yeah, that's a better result. Tarek's still believing you. So continue on.
But yeah, so I actually made a lot of friends back then. You know, I invited them to come with me, but you know, we heard some rumors that the place, that water here could also be sort of dangerous, so they chose to stay on the side of caution, much like a lot of other people probably will after that. And how do you think it's gonna be for you when, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, people are gonna be angry over that, but I'm saying that people are probably not gonna be that happy that, you know, someone decided to saw people dying in a beach and was like, yeah, keep that open. All I'm saying, I'm, you know, you're the mayor, not me. But you know, if you do decide to, you know, keep it open, then that's great. I'd love to go there and go for a sim with you to get you know better, you know.
That's awesome. Meek, what do you think? You actually do believe her.
Oh, the joys of being of master proficiency and deception on a charisma class.
So what does Meek think of this?
Meek might be BRB.
Yeah. I just got back. Meek, I think, stepped out for a sec.
So the mayor looks at you with his jaw open, and he's like, "What the actual fuck?"
What? I'm just typing I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, surely this is basic political stuff that a mayor would know, right? Right?
And Tarek is believing every single word she says.
Yeah, no, I don't have any reason not to.
You know what? I'll use Confabulator again just to see if I get a better result.
Sure. Go for it. I love this. Much better.
That's a -2 in total.
Okay, so
So 31.
go off of this riff.
So yeah, actually, you know, I could actually have you talk to some of these friends of mine, and wait, hang on, give me a second. Where did I leave it? And she started like messing with her backpack. Oh, I swear I had a comstone around here. That's weird. Maybe the Shiroshi hit it. Oh well. No use crying over spilled blood.
And you see him flinch at that last remark.
It's only 2 people, right?
Yeah. You know, I think I have a meeting I have to get to.
See you around.
And Tarek, she even freaks you out.
There's the reason why I was a little scant at Esther to begin with. Yeah. So, I guess we need to find that marine biologist of yours.
Good luck. Good luck. I hope you have a lot of money for the airship, because he's a long ways away.
Airship, you say? We might be able to do something about
But
that.
there may be a marine biologist over at the water park.
Doing a environmental impact survey or something?
Probably, yep.
Well, let's get going.
I think we're going to the water park.
Yep, the slide instead of saying mouth shark. Slide into the mouth shark. Goomp.
So you arrive at the water park as they are rehearsing for the big day tomorrow. That is the grand opening of this water park.
Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Sure.
Would you all happen to know where I can buy some popcorn around here? Do you know, Eric? Do you know?
That's what?
Do you know where I could buy some popcorn around here? Because I feel like I'm gonna need it.
Buy some popcorn. Yeah, I think they sell some popcorn at the Sea Kingdom Water Park.
I want mine with powdered cheese.
Of course, you and that cheese. So as you arrive here, you see a group of water skiers out on this this kind of estuary that forms part of the water park, and they are rehearsing for a show that they're supposed to have tomorrow for the grand opening. And as you're walking along, make me a perception check.
Nope, too busy eating his popcorn.
Nope. I was not watching appropriately.
One second.
Esther, you see a dorsal fin come out of the water, and you see one of the water skiers turns around as she's doing the one of the maneuvers for this show, and she looks down and she sees the dorsal fin swimming after them, and she screams, "Shark!"
Yeah,
And-
look over there.
At the water
Wait,
park?
what's going on?
Yeah, at the water park here, and what ensues is a huge bloodbath as this shark Mystimon aggressively attacks several of the water skiers as they get flustered and fall into the water.
I'll continue eating my popcorn.
What do you want to do?
I already said it. I'm still eating my popcorn.
So Meek is eating his popcorn.
So, we're at the water park, and there's a shark at the water park already.
Yeah. There's a Shiroshi at the water park already, just as you're walking up here.
And people are in the water.
Yes.
Okay, so we charge.
He's just sitting there. She's just gonna keep eating his popcorn or do something.
So no, I'm charging there. Oh man, I gotta go in and fight a shark. How deep is the water?
Pretty deep. Pretty deep. It's deep enough that you're going to have to swim.
Yeah, with armor and weaponry and all that fun too. And there's people in the deep water.
Yep.
Yeah, but look and see if I can find a canoe or something.
All right.
Just in case.
This is stupid. This is really stupid. I wear armor. And I carry a big weapon. And I'm going to be leaping in to go after one Mystimon. And this is going to lead me to drown. This is stupid.
As long as the armor doesn't give you a penalty to athletics, because that's what you use to swim most.
Oh, I wear... let me reiterate.
Well, this is the last time we saw you.
Yeah, I wear armor. That gives me a penalty. No. I wear some big armor, and it's full plate. I mean, that's sort of the kind of thing that makes it hard to swim. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. But I gotta go in to stop the people. All right.
Mick,
So
I mean, you could strip your armor. You could strip your armor.
yes, I could, and it makes it a lot easier for the shark to get me. I'm going in, and
Up to you.
As I'm wading in, if I can see that shark going for anyone, if I can get within at least 15 feet of it, I have an option. So, yeah, I'm wading into the water. I'm wading in and raising. This is the stupidest thing you've ever seen. It's a guy in full armor with a morning star wading into the water to go fight a shark.
I'm gonna get like at around 120 feet.
You can go for it, but I got to get within 15 if I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
Okay, so
Meek ran towards the boat, trying to get to the people that he could save.
Unfortunately, I don't have a very appropriate battle mat here, so I'm using what I've got. So just ignore the background of this battle mat, please.
Sounds good.
Pretend it is water.
I am wading into the water, and I'm shouting for people to get to the shore, and they are now seeing, instead of yesterday the guy in the swim trunks, this is the guy in the full armor wading into the water with a big spiky mace, telling people to get out.
And roll me initiative.
Yeah, perception, I assume, yes?
Yep.
All of us?
Well, actually, you're all swimming now, so all of you roll athletics for initiative.
Okay.
This is your swimming.
No, I took the
Not if I've got to fly.
Esther could fly instead if she wants.
I'm gonna be. Is the shark's not 120 feet deep in the water, right?
Meek was smart enough to
Not if it's getting people. Nobody's diving down 120 feet.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna just be floating enough that I'm still within that convenient and very specific amount of range that is totally not a spell range.
Okay. So Esther is going to roll perception for initiative. Meek, roll athletics for initiative.
As I said, I'm going to look for a boat so I can use it as a takeout so I can get people.
That sounds like perception too.
Yeah, that sounds like perception too. So we've got her initiative. I'm going to clear that. And okay.
I mean, you can assess my check penalty, which is a -3. So technically I have a 30.
And here is our battle mat. This is what I've got. Pretend that's water.
We're in the swamp.
Pretend it's water.
Okay, I will. I was just thinking we're in swamp water.
So, we've got a Shiroshi out here, and it is going hard after these swimmers. It is going hard after these water skiers.
It is going ham. Okay, so
going ham,
I am 40 feet away. I am wading and then swimming in armor. Yes, with a 30, but I'm still swimming. So I am making my way towards it so that I can get within 15 feet. I assume that's swimming is half speed. Is that correct?
Give me a moment. I am looking for for sufficient battle music.
I think
there we go.
I've played in underwater combat once.
Yeah, this is a bad idea.
Oh yeah, you have to roll I think, yeah. According to AON, you have to roll athletics to swim. And yeah, if you do, you move up to your speed, and it counts as difficult terrain. So half your speed.
Okay. So, how deep is it? You said it's 20, 30 feet here? And the people went that far out from the beach.
That is about 40 feet. You are about 40 feet away from the Shiroshi.
Okay, so I have a 25-foot movement. If I use 2 of my actions to get 25 feet, I should be within 15, correct?
Yeah.
And as soon as I'm within 15 feet, I'm treading water, which is, again, this is a stupid thing to do. And I've got my weapon, and I am gonna die. I am the next movement it makes towards anybody. It's getting the glimpse of redemption.
I love
enemy-
Redemption Champion.
And I'm counting every single innocent person here right now as an ally.
Go for it.
So if it makes any so I'm treading water, and I'm basically just I'm not going to get any closer, but I'm treading water and I'm doing glimpse of redemption. And if that enemy goes after anything and tries to hurt any person here, then it's going to have to deal with my reaction. So that's a reaction move. So basically, I have to let the turn end, and now the Shiroshi has to do what it does, and it's going to have a very unpleasant time, hopefully.
Hopefully it is. Alright,
Yep.
so... it can smell blood from up to a mile away. I have a cat who's doing things she should be. And it is going savage on one of these water skiers.
Okay, so the moment it attempts to attack, even attempts, I'm using Glimpse of Redemption at it. So it has a choice. And that choice is, if it can choose to either do no damage, this ally is unharmed by the triggering damage, or the ally is going to get a resistance against the damage for 2 plus my character level, and we haven't gone up to 8th level yet, so it's still 9. And if that happens, the shark becomes enfeebled 2.
You are actually 8th level.
Okay, we had been holding off until this thing was done to go up to 8. So at 8th level, there'll be some boosts here and there, but yes, then it will be 10 points of damage that the swimmer gets to resist. And if it goes after it and it actually chooses to do the damage, which probably it's going to do, it gets enfeebled 2.
Yeah, it's going after it.
So 10 points out for that damage no matter what, and the shark is going to get a lot weaker.
A lot weaker how?
Well, enfeebled 2 is
Okay.
not a lot weaker, but it's weaker.
So it's enfeebled too.
So its damage is less, and it's going to be a little annoyed at me.
It probably is.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. And in fact it is. This shark comes after you now.
Cool. I didn't raise my shield, because I'm swimming, so my AC is just 28. Okay, hits.
Ouch.
Does that include my...
Do we hear a crunch and a teeth flying off?
It is a real jangling sound. Some of the teeth get through the plate, but some of it don't. It's an ouch. Some blood in the water now.
Yes, there is. And that makes the shark go even more savage. It has hit with its jaws strike, so So it will, let's see here. Let me pull up the, So you take another 2d12 slashing damage.
As it chews.
As it chews and goes savage on you.
Wow. It's not rolling so well.
And that is its turn. Meek, you are trying to find a boat. You're going to need a bigger boat. And unfortunately, all you could find is a dinghy.
Well, it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
Alright, take the dinghy and go out in the water and try to get to Tarek so you get him out of the water. And actually, hey, I've asked Terry, you want me to go for you or you want me to help the others?
Get everyone out of the water first, and then come here. I can hold off for a little while.
Okay, but I see a lot of blood.
Yeah, well.
Go past them, goes towards the other, try to get him out of the water. And how fast the boat can move? The dinghy? And how many people it can hold?
This dinghy can go as fast as you can row.
Alright, that means I need to roll athletics to see how fast I'm going.
Yep.
Good thing I'm trained. Nope. I used up my strength. Use up my strength trying to get the damn thing into the water. Oh well.
Yep.
At that strength level, probably half my movement.
Bill, on a side note, the best part about this, it's Shark Week currently going on Discovery.
Oh,
not
great.
a sponsor. Not a sponsor.
Now I'm going around Tarek and the shark so I can get to the victims.
Okay.
And how many people I can get into the boat?
A couple of people.
Couple.
Yep.
I thought the dinghy was a little bit bigger.
It's a dinghy, so not that many people. Maybe a few.
Oh. I'm trying to get close enough so I can pull them out of their water.
All right. He's going after the swimmers, and he's going as fast as he can row. Esther, you're flying up.
Yep.
You're taking the aerial route.
Well, I like sharks, so I don't take a lot of pleasure in this. But you know, Phantasmal Killer over to him. That's a will save from him. DC.
Okay, will save.
DC, I think 26.
Okay.
Hold the phantasm.
That is 31.
Kill a whale.
Is good.
Yeah, it's a success. So it takes 46 mental damage and is frightened 1.
How much mental damage?
It's 46.
4d6. Okay.
And it's frightened 1.
And it's frightened 1.
This spell is especially good because of its crit fail effect, which is just roll a fortitude save. If you fail, you just die. This is the fishing for crit fails spell.
That's a strong damn spell.
Yeah. And on a failure, it's 8d6 and frightened 2. So my last action. Well, I'm just gonna shoot under the water. There's not a lot I can do with a single action, to be quite honest.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Where the hell is it? God, it's a simple weapon train plus 10 plus dexterity, which is 13. Yeah, 20 plus 13. Can't find my 30.
30 what?
30 to hit. I couldn't find the actual like.
Okay, it's an attack.
Nice. Yeah, just shooting at it.
Okay. And that is going to hit.
No crit.
No crit.
Oh, I accidentally. Hang on. Oh god, my mouse is not collaborating. I need to get this thing changed. There. Just to do something with that last action. Why not?
Alright. Tarek. It is
Yes.
your move.
So it's on me right now.
Yep.
Am I considered grappled, or is it just biting me?
Let's see. Are you grappled? You are not grappled as far as I can. Oh, yes, actually you are. Improved
Okay.
grab. Improved grab.
So tell me what are the drawbacks of being grappled? I have if I attack it without removing myself, it continues to just do automatic damage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It can
You
just
also
keep going
obviously
savage
can't
on you.
step away.
Yeah, I can definitely go savage. I'm just
It could even swallow whole.
yeah, well, that'll make less biting, a lot more just regular crushing.
Well, the hole's a lot easier to get out of, I think.
Yeah, well, I have a pokey thing that I can smash it with, potentially.
Go
I
for
gotta
the
use
eyes.
athletics. I have to use athletics to get away from it, though, right?
Yes.
And it would have it opposes me with its athletics, or is there just a straight DC?
There's an escape DC.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure out because when you said that we're up to 8, I made an adjustment, and there's one thing I might use, but I want to make sure that I have the range correct first.
Okay.
Not that that's a huge issue. Tell me, is it touch? No, it's 30 feet. Cool. So I just need to. So trying to get away is a single action athletics check, right?
Yes.
All right. So I will first attempt to extricate myself from its jaws. Wow.
As it's shaking its head back and forth, you manage to beat its eye. You beat its eye, and you manage to get it to let go of you.
Awesome. And keeping close enough that I'm really the best target for it.
You can.
I can.
On a crit success, you can also stride up to 5 feet, whatever you want, if you want.
Yeah, even with double movement, though.
Yeah, just up to 5 feet.
Okay, so I'll back off the 5 feet.
You can if you don't need to. If you don't.
Well, it's not going to go after anybody else right now, right? I'm really the target, and it's kind of nutty for me right now.
Yep.
You might as well make it waste an action going for you.
Can you redisplay the map for me, because I for some reason somehow clicked out of the map.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, so that's perfect. So it came up close to me. I can stride away 5 feet right now.
Go for it.
Okay, perfect. I'm where I want to be, and use the last 2 things to use my once per day use of Paralyze. A level 3 spell that I get at level 8. Woohoo! And it has a DC of 23 will.
A DC 23 will. Okay.
Yeah.
It saves. That is actually a crit. Critical success.
So there's no effect. If it had just saved without being a crit, then it would be
Yeah.
it would have been stunned for a turn. Anything more, it would have been paralyzed for a turn.
Yep.
Alright, so I'm there. I've given it yet another reason to pay attention to me. Hey, pay attention to me. Let's see what it wants to do.
Yeah,
Get
it
people
can also
out of the water.
It can also smell your blood.
Yep. But I'm not getting out of the water for that. It needs to do what it needs to do, certainly. But my goal is to get it to pay attention to me till we get the people out.
All right. Pass the puck.
Yep.
All right. So Shiroshi.
The enfeebled effect should go
Swims
away
after
unless
you.
it attacks somebody else.
Okay, the enfeebled effect goes away. And
It is, however, frightened. Yay.
It goes at you with the jaws. And crap, we've got a crit.
Yep.
But it's not enough to bring up the critical success table. It has to be a 20. Unfortunately, it's just 10 over. Unfortunately.
It's a grab.
Yep, you are definitely grabbed. You just took a shit ton of damage as this thing goes right after you and chomps down on your lower torso. It is just chomped down on you, and it is shaking back and forth and going savage.
Yep.
Yep, this is the last time we seen him.
Could be.
Could be. You see blood pouring out into the water. This is gruesome. And next it's going to swallow whole. Let me bring that up here.
So the 5-foot movement was just a free move?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
So athletics check
also
opposed by the grabbed creature's reflex DC. Oh,
it's fine.
shit.
Well, it'd only be 19. So my question to you, just to clarify something, every time it's bitten me, I assume that it's not affected by, it doesn't have any weakness to good, right?
No.
Okay, so that's fine.
It's an animal.
Just making sure.
And you are slowed 1.
I am also swallowed.
Yes, you are also swallowed.
And although I do get some hit points for the next level, right now, before I've updated the 8th level hit points, I'm at 1. It's okay. The updated level will help that, but almost done.
Yeah, you are not looking too good.
No, I think he thinks I look really good. That's why he swallowed me. He's like, I'm hungry.
The shiny armor attracted it more too.
That was the point.
Yeah, and so that is the Shiroshi's turn. Tarek has been swallowed by this creature. Meek, Esther, you see this? You're like, oh my gods! He just swallowed him. And both of you make stress saves. As you see your friend being swallowed. Right now the music is actually very apt. Okay, you managed to withstand the stress from that.
Nice.
As she just kind of like raises her eyebrows, and like, oh, damn.
Meek, it is your turn. You're trying to go after those swimmers.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of conflicted. Should I go back for Tarek or go for the swimmers now?
I can't tell you what to do.
That is up
I'm
to you.
inside a shark.
Well, I don't see you, but I see blood.
I literally can't tell you what to do.
Yeah, you see blood. That is all you see. But it is up to you. Do you want to go after?
I continue for the victims, the other people.
You
Yeah, you need
continue
to.
for the victims. You continue for the swimmers. Okay. It is what Tarek would have wanted.
Would.
Ah,
Yeah, you get maybe 5 feet. Oh, he spends a story point as he pushes through this. Hopefully Tarek will be okay. Hopefully he can get out of this. Hopefully.
yeah. How close?
Maybe.
How close are you to the?
Yeah, you've got up to the first of them, and you managed to get them out of the water.
Where there's like 2 people in the water.
Yeah, a couple of people.
Okay, I got them both in, so I'm trying to turn back around towards Tarek, see if I can get him out.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna use. Wait a minute. It takes an action to pull people out of the water, right?
Yes.
So I took an action to move my ass. So I'm gonna. Alright, this is my last action. I'm gonna try to see how far I can get towards Tarek so I can get
Yeah.
it to him.
Yeah, sure.
Nope, didn't get a chance to turn the boat around that time.
Nope.
Esther, your friend just went down valiantly. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyways, fantastic.
Damn!
What the
What
hell?
else can I do? I'm a sorcerer. I'm a blaster sorcerer. What else can I do?
That's fair, you know.
It's not like Esther is the most, like, empathetic person in the world. She's not.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she cares. She does care. She's just not, like... You know. He just manages to continue concentrating. Alright, roll me that will save, DC 26.
DC 26 will save from the Shiroshi. And it saves. That's almost a critical success, but it's not a critical success.
Isn't there a story point ability that you can use to make the GM reroll something? I swear I remember thinking about.
I believe that's epic points, but let me check.
If it is, then
Let me check.
that's fine.
Yeah, you could spend 2 story points to have the GM reroll any check.
I'm gonna spend 2.
You spend 2.
I'm pretty sure I have to.
Alright.
So reroll that.
Re-roll this stress.
It's gonna be-
the will save.
I'm gonna make it a crit save. Watch. Yeah,
Damn, you just made it better.
it's fine.
That's fine.
Nice
Yep.
So what I was, it's so frightened, so it's fine. That it just doesn't take a lot of damage, and by a lot I mean none.
It's supposed to.
But where is it? Yeah. So yeah, because normally frightened goes down each of its turn. So, boop, shoot. That's fine. Your turn.
Alright. Tarek, you have been swallowed. You are inside the belly of this beast.
Alright, so being swallowed is a different experience, certainly. It's also
That's
a painful
pretty-
experience, but it's a different experience.
That's pretty lightly.
Yeah. Now, I'm assuming it's a little more tricky than just another athletics roll, right?
Let's see. Let me check. Wrong one.
Because I mean, if it's just main force strengthening out of here, I can make a good shot at that. I also assume I got to do that first.
So, a swallowed creature is grabbed, is slowed 1, and has its breath. It has to hold its breath and start suffocating. The swallowed creature takes the listed amount of damage when first swallowed, and at the end of each of its turns, while it's swallowed. If the victim escapes this ability's grabbed condition, it exits through the monster's mouth. This frees any other creature grabbed in the monster's mouth or jaws.
Okay, so it is another.
Yes.
There's a DC with an AC
Yeah.
that I gotta exceed with my athletics check.
So, yeah, you make an athletics check to escape.
First off, what is my holding my breath roll?
That is going to
'Cause I
be a
gotta do that
42
regardless.
save. That is going to be a 42 save. But do that at the end of your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the fortitude save. Sorry that I did it too soon. I think that puts me in okay place. Okay, so athletics. I'm gonna do my best to get out. I think I only get one roll at this, right?
One for this turn, yeah.
And slowed 1 means that I only get 2 actions, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make my attempt to get out, and then I have a secondary action I'm planning to do either way.
You get
34.
out. You escape.
Again,
you
'cause-
escape triumphantly, heroically. You come out of its jaws. You push through its jaws.
I'm like, no, you tried that before. It doesn't work this way. Okay. So, because being bitten like that would be bad, and because this really hurt a lot, I need to lay on hands, which I can do with my next action. And I'm going to lay on hands and take. It's automatically heightened to 4th level, so I'm going to take 24 hit points back. So there we go. I'm a little more than a mouthful again. So, and I'm away, and that's the way it is. And I'm like, no, and that's how it goes. And I will pass it along.
Okay, so you pass the puck, and at this point, the Shiroshi has lost interest in you as it turns around and starts swimming away.
Towards other people or not?
It's lost interest. It's like this is too much work.
It's too much to eat this thing. It keeps coming out again.
It's too much work, and it's lost interest, and it just swims away. And that is the end of this combat.
Yeah, and the combat, Meek just calms down, pulls Tarek out of the water, says, "Damn, you're beat up," and goes back to the shore.
I have to help, I think, too, because I'm also very heavy.
And I'm hoping like the 2 victims I saved also helps.
Yep.
So yes, we slowly make our way back to land, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. I'm gonna feel this in the morning. It's still morning.
I got news for you. It's not the next day yet. You still be hurting.
I know, I'm still hurting, and it's still morning, and I'm gonna feel this tomorrow.
Yeah, you're going to be feeling this for a while.
Yeah.
I've got an idea.
Back to our...
I don't think it's just this Shiroshi, though. Honestly, it didn't feel real personal. I mean, it felt very personal being swallowed, but still.
Yeah.
What, you were swallowed?
Yeah, I know a lot more
Did you
about
see it?
Shiroshi biology than I ever wanted to now. Did you know there are more teeth behind, like, the first couple of years? It's like a whole bunch of them in there. They go back a ways.
Well, did you count? Did you count?
I didn't honestly spend all my time. I punched, and I look, and I show them. You know, I've got like even in with my gauntlets, you can see like the razor sharp, tooth holes from when I punched the inside of the mouth to get it back out again.
You happen to have a souvenir? Took a tooth?
No, I don't think I did. Do I? I look around. I'm looking at all the mauled stuff here. The healing fixed the stuff that's actively bleeding, but
If I ever go down there, I'll be sure to tell you guys about how many there are.
It's kind of hard looking at certain parts of me because they look like they belong more. Say,
Do I see a
butcher's
tooth?
area?
Do I happen to see a broken tooth on the backside?
So, let's see here.
One
So
thing,
after the attack, and after the Shiroshi has disappeared, the parks director is meeting with some newspaper reporters a few hours later, and he's being asked if he's going to be closing the park after this horrific attack. And he says, no, we are still going to be opening tomorrow.
How stupid can these people be? Fuck.
I have a question.
Yeah.
For all of you. Do any of us know someone who knows his name, per se? Now,
The shark's name?
no, the mayor.
This isn't the mayor, this is the parks director.
And the parks director also.
Yeah, that's it. Just me shake his head up. Another dumb idiot.
You didn't catch the mayor's name.
Yeah, I'm asking the... But,
Because you didn't throw it at us yet.
because, if we...
The
did
parks
to learn his
director's name is Blaine.
Oh,
Shouldn't rename it Blame.
okay.
Blaine.
Knowing that, I actually have an idea.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's telling this whole thing, like, with her hand to her chin, like... So, the idea was, I had this idea back when, Tarek, you were getting,
Masticated.
yeah, that. I thought, hey, seeing that is quite a scary thing to behold, and I'm not sure that guy has ever seen it, per se. I could make him theoretically live it without exactly being dangerous to him. What I mean is, I could give him plenty of nightmares about it.
I see where you're going with it, and I understand the desire, but honestly, I think we sort of need to deal with the right now thing.
I mean,
Quick question, by the way. That was all slashing damage, is that correct?
piercing.
Oh, it's piercing, not
Piercing
slashing.
and
Okay.
slashing. Piercing and slashing. And
If I
then
have
bludgeoning.
resistance to slashing-
So it did all of it. It did the whole
Yeah.
gamut.
I was going to say, if I have resistance to slashing, though, would I be able to grab back a couple of pieces of hit points there?
Sure.
Okay, so I get 9 back.
I mean, there's only so much.
resistance 3.
Yeah, the director says the Shiroshi's probably long gone by now. We will remain open. And he is not budging from his position.
I'm going to slog up to the shore, bleeding, and looking pretty hamburgery, and I'm going to make my way over to the reporter as well, and the person, and say, like, you know, I admire the bravery that you're showing by staying open, putting yourself in harm's way like that, and I certainly hope you do better than I did when you are out there patrolling the beach while your park goers are there. And I invite the reporter to, if he wants to make any pictures or anything, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And meanwhile, a Mystimon researcher comes up to you, and she introduces herself as Claire Johnson, as the park director leads the reporters away. And Claire Johnson is pondering the situation. She says, "This has happened on this island 4 times in the past. It is not normal for Shiroshi or any Mystimon to attack people like this. Most avoid people. I really want to get to the bottom of this. Why do these Shiroshi continue to turn these waters around this singular island into a bloodbath? Will you help me figure this out?"
Do I have to go back in there?
Let's hope not.
I mean, yeah, I'll help, but I prefer not to be back in that maw again.
I would prefer you didn't have to go back into those jaws again either. That
sounds appropriate.
was a gruesome attack. You escaped by the skin of your teeth.
No, actually, it was the armor. The armor really helped in this case. My teeth wouldn't have done much against that. It had sharper teeth than I did by far.
Speaking of skin of your teeth, do you happen to have a tooth stuck in you?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah. You pull out a tooth that's like the size of your like half your hand or something. It's a big tooth, and it's serrated. Yeah, it's serrated.
You might be able to use that as a knife.
So
Nice handle on that.
that is where I am going to end today's session. We have ended the haunting of Amety Island and started on the next episode, Shark Attack. So
I was suspecting you were going to do a cliffhanger with me swallowed and then just drop there, but that's okay.
So catch us next time. I do believe Tarek wanted to talk about that because he's going to be not available on August 9th, so I believe which would be our next session. Typically, since we stream every other Tuesday. So you wanted to do the August 2nd instead, which would be next week.
Yeah, if that's okay with folks. If that doesn't work out for people, I can miss the 9th, but I figured, since I knew ahead of time, I'd try to give people a heads up.
What day?
August 2nd?
Yeah, the next week I will be available, but I didn't want to put people, like, if that doesn't work for other people, I get it.
Sorry, what day of the week is this?
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Yeah, that should work for me.
Alright.
No, wait, no. Yeah, no, it should. Never mind.
You're good?
Shouldn't or should?
It should. Sorry.
Should be good?
Awesome.
Okay. Meek, will you be good for next Tuesday?
Instead of the 9th.
I'm good, whatever.
Okay. He's good.
Thanks.
And thank you. So that means catch us next time for part 2 of Shark Attack next week. And catch us on Saturday for the beginning of A Mother's Love. Ah. See you next time.
The next episode, what? 2.5? Because we're like 1.5?
Yeah, next episode is going to be part 2. Next part for Shark Attack is going to be part 2. So see you this Saturday for our normal every other Saturday stream, and catch part 2 of Shark Attack next week. Bye bye.